All right, we're live. We're live. Thank you for joining. Welcome back to my channel. The live session yesterday was really scattered in a bit. I had some issues that I needed to, it was a lot. So I apologize for that, but we're back again. So wherever you're joining from, just wherever you're joining from, just please subscribe, like, share. As we do, as you get to, anytime I come live, you get to join my live session and you get to understand how I do the analysis and all. And I also call live trades, right? So it's very important you turn on your notification bell so that you can receive notification when I'm live. Okay. So I'm currently at my office this Monday morning. Yesterday was really rough, but we thank God I'm back. Please, I can see one person. Thank you for joining. Please, where are you joining from? Just type on the comment section where you're joining from, and also your name and where you're joining from. Right. So we'll be diving into the chat very quick because I'm currently having tests this morning, but I'm not reading. I'm having tests this morning, but I'm not reading. But that one is clear. It's clear. Let's look at the chat. The chat is important. But I'm still waiting. I'm waiting for one or two persons to join. I'm waiting for one or two persons to join. Well, real quick, we just have to start. First of all, I'll be taking you guys through, like I said, I'm going to start afresh to really get to break this down, and so that we can advance, like we can, start from the scratch to really know, because some of us are just coming to meet, oh, how did you get this bias? Some of us don't really know how we got this bias. So in this video, I'll be taking you step by step because I think I have 1 hour, less than an hour to go for my first test for today. So it's really going to be so I have to be fast about this, but I'll actually take it step by step. So yeah, we are on V101s. So V101s now currently. This is chart. So what I do when I get to the chart, I go to my V101s on my derivative to check the bias. Do you understand what I'm saying? To check the bias from the monthly time frame. Or looking at this, price is kind of reacting from this resistance level here, and I feel this is about to maybe go all the way up. So we have to just be very careful to make some certain decisions. So because we're obviously looking for sales right from time, we have been looking for sales because price came into this level and dropped. But now I think price is about to push to the upside. You see this monthly candle just some days ago, price has really made this, and this is a reversal pattern, this candle. So this is making me to make a decision that okay, I'm looking for buys on this. Let me look at the weekly time frame. The weekly time frame. So let me see. You just have to be careful when making this decision. So yeah. So I can say we should look for buys. But although this buy, look at this break of structure here, right? That's the major break of structure. The other major break of structure you can see here is this one. So this eye is like our protected eye. So let me go back to the chart. Let me go back to my trading view to see what I'm saying. So if you look at this, we predicted that price was coming from here. That's why we have been shorting this pair, and now we are seeing that price is coming reacting from somewhere that is important. on that our monthly time frame, right? On our monthly time frame, on our monthly time frame. So the major break is this, right? Right? That's a major break. And now the protected high we have is this high. Do you understand? And remember, I remember dropping this setup on my group. This was the break of the sweep of that high. This was the break, right? And this is the structural liquidity that was taken out before the drop. And now this is the protected high now. So from here to this place is our range. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. That's our range, and we have this whole place to sell. So now look at this. If you look at this, you see that this is the um the premium zone that I want to sell from, right? The premium zone that I want to sell from. So that being said, price dropped, and now for me, I can also see that okay, that's the zone, and I can see this protected high. There was a sweep of that high, and here it's protected. And I can say, here's my structural liquidity. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. And where's my Cosmodo order block? This is my Cosmodo order block. So price might get to react from that zone. So let me see from the 4-hour time frame. If you're joining this, just okay, I can see 3 persons are here already. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Okay. Wow, first time here. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. All right, Wisdom from Nigeria. Thank you for joining. You can also message me to join my group whereby I send signals and analysis. Like yesterday, I sent a trade on V751s that it are TP, and also on V10 that it are stop loss. So you can get signals for free without paying, and also you can also subscribe to our mentorship, and whereby I get to teach you these things. All right, so let's go back to the chart to continue what I was showing. Right, so now looking at that, we now have this as our bias, right? So now for me, what I do to make things easy for me, what I do, look at the break I was talking about, so that you have to even know break of structure. Now, for me, if the chart is too too cloudy, I just get to, what I do is I just take up this my line chart, and I use my line to mark out where I want to enter my trade from. So if you look at this, the Cosmodo entry would be this place, and my resistance will be this place. So I have these 2 points to enter this trade from. I'm not moved by the noise now. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm not moved by the noise now. Although this resistance have been used, this place have been used. So I can adjust this to this open close level. Just watch what I'm doing. Watch what I'm doing. Adjust it there, and I'm waiting for price to come. Let me remove this so that you don't get to be confused. So I'm expecting price to react all the way from here or here. Those are my two. If I'm entering from the up, I'm entering with a tighter stop loss. You understand what I'm saying? I'm entering with a tighter stop loss. If I'm entering from here, I'm entering with a bigger stop loss. So I would love to wait for it to get to that top, and once I see reactions, I enter immediately. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Oh, people are reading for tests. I'm here doing my life analysis. But yeah, that's it. All right. So I hope we got that. Those of us, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Those of us on, you can unmute yourself so that I can hear what you're saying. Can you guys hear me? You can talk. We have 5 people here. Thank you for joining. I can see Promise from Nigeria. Thank you for joining. All right. All right, we understand. All right, so I'll be moving to the next on our list. So this is just like it is simple, neat. Like I said, don't risk too much on this because you saw that price was coming from somewhere here. Do you understand? So price might obviously just go all the way. Do you understand? So I'll just go to the next one. I think the next, I would love to do V25 because I think there's a setup we have been actually, I sent this from previous analysis, you see that I've been looking for sales. I've been looking for sales to take out this. So price actually is still moving in that direction. So what I'll just do, I'll just go to the 1 hour time. I don't want to really rush this. I want to just take it step by step so that I'll just show you if there's any setup that is currently on. All right, so I think the last setup we saw was around somewhere here. Just stay calm. We might get this trade now. So just be patient, stay on the call, and we might get live trades. So I'm not rushing this. Add that break of structure to the down, and now I think we'll have the second break of structure. So this could be, but this liquidity is kind of far. So I'm seeing another setup again that price might use. So price might want to use this cost model entry. Remember, we're looking for sell patterns now. We're looking for sell patterns. This is one. There was a protected high there, structural liquidity, and price dropped. So this is another setup again. That's another setup. So just save all this because price might just get to that point and start reacting all the way to the down. So just get your accounts ready, and we get to take those trades. So that's that for that. Okay, let me see V100s. I think we have been on that sell for, okay, the price, this has hit our TP already. I sent this analysis. This has hit our TP already. This was where I called the trade from, and I was targeting this low. Let me show you guys what I'm saying. This was the trade setup. I think I'll just go to V101S. Okay, this is it. I sent it to our group and we meet. See, can you see it? What was I looking for? I saw the sweep here, break of structure, second break of structure, I gave a liquidity and price entered there and poof, that was it. Can you see it? Neat. So if you want to learn how I do this, how I analyze the market, how I get this kind of trade, just DM me. I'll show you how I do this, right? So this has already gone. This has hit the TP already. Okay, I should check V101s. I think I just did V10s already. We already have a setup there already. So you can go back and I've done V10s. V100, yeah, V100 is something. There's something V100 is still tanking. From the previous setup I sent, this was the trade. This was the trade. We had this protected high. and we had this our cross model entry and price entered and tanked. I remember telling us to sell this trade from this point, the last call I made. So this as EDTP. Now we can't take any trade here now. So there's no setup on V101S and V100. The next on our list. So if you have been following this, if you have been following, and in fact there were more trades in between this place. Do you understand? There were more trades that you would have taken if you watched the video. So you must get to watch the video so that you can follow up. Some of this analysis don't play out immediately or after I call the trades or after I do my analysis. Later on it plays, and that's why you can also join the group so that you can know when we are on the trade or when we are not on the trade. You understand? Then now I'll go to V751s, the trade I called yesterday. It was a set trade though. This setup, it's SL before dropping, although I now saw that okay, this was a structural liquidity and they used this as structure, that was the protected and structural liquidity. So although they swept it, but I'm still looking for sales on this. I'm still very much looking for sales. That's why we took a sell on the 15 minutes time frame. I sent the signal. I sent that signal. I think the sell, we took it from here. I saw something here. We took it from here and the price dropped. That was our stop loss and price took our TP nicely. So that's that. Let's do one analysis, one top down analysis again, so that we can. This V25 is not really looking like what I want to do. Let's see. What other pair? Okay, let's see V10. V10 is already dropping because we want to sell until it gets to this line. V10 is already dropping. Okay, so this could be a setup for V10. This could be a setup for V10. Take note of what I'm saying. There was a sweep here. Although let's see why price reacted from here. Is there anything that made price to sell? Okay, so we have this. That zone and we have that liquidity. So price can do this. Watch this. Take out that eye and drop. So look for sales around this 6052. Look for sales around those. In fact, you should be buying now. Although I will let me not rush into calling this trade because I'm seeing a kind of sweet buy from here. Do you understand? So even if you are not catching the sell, you should catch this buy. Remember this 1 minute time frame. So I'll just go to 15 minutes. So you should be buying V10. Your stop loss, I'm calling this trade now. Buy V10. Stop loss should just be below 5, around 5989.3 6. So to take out this high, showing, okay, I'm back. So like I said, we're buying V10. So this is the setup. We're buying V10 from this place, from this point that is currently at, and our stop loss will just be below this level. So buy V10. If you're buying V10, your stop loss coming. I'm trying to, I'm also entering the trade now. So I think your stop loss will be around $6 or thereabout, then to target around $22. $6 to target $22. And we're already in profit. If you had entered when I called it, you'll be in profit. So just that'll be that. So that's the first trade I'm calling now. Let me even look at the 5 minute. Maybe I can reduce the stop loss. Maybe for some of you that are saying, oh, this stop loss is kind of big, you can just still put your stop loss below here. Because if we wanted to actually enter the sniper entry, it would have been this other block. Do you understand? It would have been here. We would have entered from here. After our confirmation, we enter from here and we'll go. So that's the trade. You can manage your risk, apply proper risk management. Trading is not you understand? All right. So wisdom. Okay, you see, I had a zone on that your unmitigated zone in V100s, but it didn't get there. Why did it happen? I am having issues getting the right zone. All right, you see, one thing you must know is that the market will do what it wants to do. Your zone does not matter. Do you understand? The market will still want to do what it wants to do. The market will still want to do what it wants to do. Like that trade that you are talking about, the V100s, yeah, I had a zone above too, but I saw that that zone might not hold. Why? Because you see, let me show you something. Let me explain something to you. You see, the market does these things so that people will not enter the trade. Do you understand what I'm saying? No, this market is not designed for you to make money. The market is not designed for you to make money. So if you look, this was the cleanest order block. If price had gotten here, a lot of sellers are here. A lot. But if you look at it, you see that there was this eye was protected. That eye was protected. We had a break of structure to the down. And we had a break of structure to the down. Do you understand? And now, what happened? Our setup is still formed, even if this was that is a structural liquidity for our trade. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but this eye became protected, and he has a structural liquidity, so everything was intact. That's why I was like, okay, it needed to go there and drop. And I did not just enter from here. I waited, but I saw the confirmation. I saw that it was on this second point. I saw the confirmation. I was like, okay, I entered because it has already given me a confirmation that is ready to sell. A lot of people were waiting for it here, but it never happened. Why? The market is not designed for you to make money. The market is not designed for you to make money. So by all means, they will do that. Yes, you should be frustrated. Have you seen whereby this one is even this one, sometimes they will even get close to your entry, it will not tap you in. Hey God. You said I should do J100. I'll just do that J100. Also drop other pairs that you want me to do. I don't know, maybe beyond just the volatility pairs. I can also do other pairs. So the first thing I get to do is I want to know where price is coming from. So currently we are seeing that price is kind of coming from somewhere here. Please, if you are not seeing my screen again, please tell me, or if you can't hear me or something, tell me so that I will not just be talking. So I'm kind of seeing that price is coming from there. Do you understand? I'm kind of seeing that, okay, price is kind of coming from this resistance zone. So I can say maybe price is coming here. Do you understand? Because this movement that happened here, I'm not seeing this. I'm not seeing what made price to move that way. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Do you understand? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. I'm not seeing why price should move from it. There was nothing causing this move. So this could be a liquidity. You know, liquidity rests below higher lows, lower lows, equal highs, equal lows. So you get, so this can be a setup. I'm not so sure because I don't trade this. If I gone to the monthly time frame, I would have, okay, maybe, but for this is kind of giving what I want to see. And if you go to the 4-hour time frame, you see the momentum with which price dropped from that zone. So you can as well take this trade, look for sales. If we had maybe entered this trade, we would have just entered from there. I will just wait till price tank to our TP. So for me, I think this J100 that you said I should check is a sell for me. Let me see. Oh, okay. This is the counter trend line. If this trend line breaks, retest, drop. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I want to teach something, although this is not O1C course, but it's something that you can also add to your trading. Yes, it's something that I don't know if any of you, does anyone know Lucky Main FX that does this, a lot of flipping? If you know Lucky Main, you will know what I want to teach you. You must have heard about the way he trades synthetics. That guy is a witch. Because, like I said, every time I come up here, I want to be sharing some values because a lot of pairs are not really moving well. I don't know. I'm not seeing anything tangible on those pairs. Maybe if it was yesterday, I did this live, I would have called a lot of live trades. But yesterday, unfortunately, a lot of things happened. But today I'm here again. So I'll be teaching something very sweet that I learned from Lucky Main, and it's called trend line strategy. This trend line strategy, I use it as a confirmation to I add it to confirmation. Like yesterday, if I wouldn't want to enter my WhatsApp here. If not, I would have shown you guys this trade I sent to the group. I also send confirmation because that's these things works. It's just that know the right way to use it. So I'll be teaching you guys that strategy. So it's called trend line strategy. So now, but there are a lot of we do not know how to use trend line. That's why that's why our trend lines are failing. So let me show you something. Like I said, this is on a sell. So I'll go back to let me just use V10. Remember, we're on a buy on this and is in profit already. So let me just, okay. So now look at, after seeing let me show you another way to get confirmation. After seeing your protected structural liquidity and your price is now at your POI. For those of you that understand O1C's concept very well, what I want you to do now is to look for, draw a trend line that, do you understand what I'm saying? Draw a trend line showing you draw a counter trend line like this. Do you understand? So let me make this black to really understand, show you what I'm saying. So this is your counter trend line, which is still the movement that occurred there, right? And the way to draw trend line is not from the outermost part. So there are some part that might be inside like this. Do you understand? That one does not really matter. The one that is outside. So when price gets here, what you do is wait for price to break your counter trend line. Is a confirmation. Once it breaks your counter trend line, wait for a retest. You can also as well still look for your setup again, sweep, structural liquidity, wait for it to take it out, drop. Because your trend line will not hold it. See, trend line does not hold price. Trend line, like it was a trend, it shows you the trend. Do you understand what I'm saying? It shows you the trend. It does not hold price. It's not be magic where you go draw your trend line, you expect me. No. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, the problem is we don't know how to draw trend line. Now, when you see, let me just take out the, I hope you understand what I'm saying. I hope you got that. Because if you don't get it, I don't know how I want to explain it. Maybe, I don't know how I want to explain it further. Now, if I come here, okay, let me use this. Good, very good. Let me show you what this guy does. If I come here now, everybody will be like, if I want to draw this trend line from here to here, I will draw it like this. Right? That's how everybody will draw it. One of the things you must know is now that these lows that you marked, this, even if price broke this trend line, is not a break or trend line. That's a fake breakout. Maybe one of these days I'll just come up to teach this guy's strategy, how he does. So I'm sharing it, like, do you understand? So what I do is, what it does is that this is just an invalidation. It will adjust its trend line again like this. So this is what is called a breakout. This is what is called a breakout. It is not breakout if it does not break the previous support or resistance. Oh, are you guys getting value here? So for me, I'm already seeing this zone, this fresh zone that price will use without anybody telling me. Now, there's a way I trade one certain time. A trend line, another block that broke trend line is definitely going to hold. This is from my own experience. I'm not telling you from anybody's. A trend line that breaks like another block that breaks a counter trend line coupled with your liquidity just resting below the other block, but that other block will hold. I've seen it many times. Now, if I wanted to like enter this trade, this confirmation trade, I want to draw a counter trend line like this. Do you understand? Once it breaks, is a confirmation that yes, and there's a way to enter these things. But I'm just giving you an idea about it. I'm not really teaching it. Maybe one of these days, if you want me to teach it, I will come back and teach. Okay, this is the way these guys trade and all that. Because what happened yesterday on V751s was actually I used confirmation entry. Let me just go to 50 minutes. So what I saw was this structural liquidity that was taken out slightly and protected high. Some of you will not obviously see this because it is not really, it's not clear, but it takes, over time I've seen it work. Do you understand? Now, how did I enter this trade? Let me go to 5 minutes time frame. How did I enter this? How did I send the confirmation? I just feel like entering my WhatsApp group to show you what I showed them. Can you see the way I drew this trend line? The way I draw this trend line? Immediately it gets to that place, I might not even enter. Even if I get a confirmation, I might not enter. But although I sent it from here, I entered from here. I sent it. I told them. And when it broke the trend line, it was just a confirmation. I knew that yes, it will still tank. I sent it again. If you missed, enter. I will enter now. That's how I do it. Do you understand? Now, this is it. This is what I was showing you guys there. I saw my setup, everything neat. This, even if you are not seeing this protected, that it's protected. It's just because of the time frame that it is. So now it takes out that place, and now it will drop trend line. Some of you, if you want to even draw this trend line, you will draw trend line like this, and you'll be like, this is a break of your trend line. If this low has not been taken out, it's not a break or trend line. There's a way to do this thing. Why I could enter this retest? Because if you look, this low, this major low is even resting in a major low, is a confirmation, and I sold. So ask your question on what I just explained though. Ask your question. Just ask your question. I can see you from India. Thank you for joining. How is that a protected eye when it didn't sweep any liquidity? True. Now let me show you. That's why I said there's a way to trade this thing. You see, I did not hold this for I did not hold this for a very long time. I know definitely this eye will be taken out later, because it's not really a strong eye. But like I said, I saw everything that I needed. DC, another way I trade O1C, although you might not get it now, is when I see something like this. If I see something on any time frame, I see something like this. This might not necessarily sweep liquidity, but if I see a liquidity and I see this kind of eye, I tend to look for a clean zone. If price gives me a reaction there, I take it. Because if you go to a lower time frame, you will see that this eye that you are seeing as like this is actually something like this in the lower time frame. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So if you go to a 1 minute time frame, you see that this eye is protected. Okay, what if it break your trend line and retest? Can we buy or sell? And which confirmation can we use to enter? See, when it comes to trend line, when it comes to trend line, right? When it comes to trend line entry, there are various confirmations. I don't think I will have time. I'm currently having tests this morning, because I'm currently in school, currently at my university. I'm currently in my office as I'm the president of my faculty. So I'm currently here. So I'm having tests this morning. I have just like 20 minutes to go. So I'll be going very soon. But I'll still try and answer some questions here. You understand? I'll still try and answer some questions. But what I'm saying is, for you to get, there are various confirmations using trend line. But maybe now see, when the market is going up like this, when the market is going up, have you guys heard from IDG? I'm currently live, Sha. I'm coming. I'm live on my YouTube. All right. So now, when you draw a trend line like this, like I said, even if price breaks like this, take note to, even if price break like this, is a fake out, not a breakout. Until this low is taken out. Do you understand what I'm saying? Until this low is taken out, it's not a breakout of this trend. Instead, after that price breakout of that trend and now goes up, most of the time what it does is that it will now go like this and use this again to go up. There's a way he enters this. This is a fake out. This is a fake out. There's fake out. There's false breakout. This is false breakout. There's fake out. There's a way he does it. There's a way he says it. But I'll settle down and compile one of these days. I'll just come and teach the way the guy trades. So this is not a breakout yet until it takes out this low. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. But if it takes out that trend line, it is not a break of the trend line. What he now does is that he will adjust his trend line like this. I know it's kind of confusing, but I'll show you an example. I'll show you an example. Now, go to V25 1s. I'll show you a trend line trade I marked out. And I was like, okay, let me just use the 4-hour time frame. Now, look at this. I drew the trend line like this from here to this point. This is the normal way you draw a trend line. Some people now, once this trend line breaks, they say, trend line don't break, it's not going to hold. That trend line is not that trend line that you drew. It's not a how let me do it. Just like a resistance zone. Resistance zone can break, it can come back and be like, oh, it will take out your support level and still push all the way up. Do you understand? So this is not a break, it does not break out of this trend line yet until it takes out this eye. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. It's still within the trend. It's still within that zone. So what it does now, the way he will now adjust this, he will now wait for price to take out a counter trend line before he sells. Do you understand? Now your confirmation for this trade now is if price breaks out of this counter trend line, breakout, right? Remember, it's not a breakout if it does not take out this low. You must take note of all these things I'm saying. It is not a breakout if it does not take out this low. And if it takes out that low, now it is not a breakout. You will now wait for retest, which it did and dropped. And now this is your trend line, you will adjust it here. This is now your new trend line. There's a way it does it. Now, if me, I want to enter a trade from this, I'll draw a counter trend line. I'll wait for price to come all the way to this trend line. If it comes and if it reacts, I'm giving you a setup now. This is a setup on its own. If price comes here, reacts, I will wait for it to break out of this counter trend line and wait for retest. But most of the time, since it's coming from, and if you look, this is another block. Since it's coming from a zone, it might not necessarily retest. So most of the time when it just goes up now and drop, if you look, the support level that broke, just find your way to enter from that support level. That's another way you enter this trade. So there are various ways to confirm this thing. I don't know if you, let me check if you guys are still with me. So there are various ways. You are telling me to go and read my book. Don't worry, I've read, I'm prepared. All right, you're getting it. Thank God. That's the goal. Don't worry, I won't fail my test. I won't fail my test. I've read. So hope we're still on that trend. We're on a drawdown, but I'm so certain that this will buy. So just relax and let the price play out. So any question before? By 10 o'clock, I won't be the test and I'm here. Any question? And please, if you want to join the mentorship, for those of us that are live here, you want to join the mentorship, you can just type and just show interest. When there is sweep, this is another question. When there is sweep but no structural liquidity, what to do at that time? Now, there are three kinds of liquidity. Take note, there are three kinds of liquidity. You have structural liquidity, We have inducement liquidity. What's that last one? So, let me show you. Let me show you on the chat. Name too much. sorry about that. But take note of this. So this thing now. Later, I will show you guys what happened here. So we have this is the first kind of liquidity. We have your sweep and your structural. There's a structural liquidity. This is your first one. Then the second one, there's no structural liquidity. It's just dropped. What we price do on these two occasions? Price this one, there's a structural liquidity. Price will take out the structural liquidity and sell. This one, price will take out. I'm sorry, I have to. Price will take out. We come. This is your zone. Remember, your zone is there, but you take it out and drop. Have you seen something like that? This was the difference between these two. There's structural liquidity. Let me even check my notes. Why am I even? Let me check my notes. My notes here to see the types of liquidity, so that we'll not just. But I hope we understand. What I just showed. I hope so. Okay. So yeah, we have three kinds of liquidity. You have one, inducement liquidity. And what is inducement liquidity? Is for expansion. So it takes out that liquidity and it expands, like what we just showed here. The second kind of liquidity is transactional liquidity. The third is structural liquidity. So this is structural. The first one I drew here is structural liquidity. This is structural liquidity. This is inducement liquidity. And transactional liquidity is for correction. Now, see, when price breaks structure, this is actually taking out liquidity. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. And what will happen? This is your transactional liquidity. Takes it out. It's for correction. So after taking out your I, it will correct. Do you understand? After taking out your I, it will correct. So this is now structural liquidity to come back. Poof. This is your protected low. I hope what I'm explaining is making sense. And engineer liquidity. See, all these things are just names. If you don't know, if you don't know the if you don't understand the concept behind it, you will just be saying the names. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not to just know the name, but know the concept, know what this thing is. And someone just messaged me, wisdom. I can see you. Thank you for messaging. I will reply you. So it's not just by knowing the name, but understanding the concept. So, like I said, we have three kinds of liquidity: inducement liquidity, structural liquidity, transactional liquidity. Structural liquidity is for continuation. Transactional liquidity is for correction. Then inducement liquidity is for expansion. You can see that. You can see we still, even if we are, we know we are still learning. So you must have a jotter. It's one of the things that will help you in your trading. You must have where you can go back to and check. Do you understand? Dax even made a video, so you can go and learn from Dax. That content is premium. In fact, that content is a premium content. I've watched those videos more than, if not mistaken, more than 5 times. All the videos. So we are, you see, it's beyond just do you truly want to know these things? It's beyond just making. Do you understand? It's beyond just making profit. So we know you will make profit, but understand the concept. Think, oh, this is a lot. Let me just clear all this, please. I don't know who is calling me. Who is this? I'm so sorry. Let me just pick this call. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, any other question? Any other question? That was just an emergency. I had to just pick. So this is the setup. This setup, take note of this setup. So any other question for me before I go? Okay, you have downloaded or saved to my file because he might delete it. I understand. So I want to appreciate everyone for joining today's live session. It was supposed to be yesterday, but yesterday I had some issues a lot and I had to just come up today before going to class. So please share this, subscribe, like, and if you want mentorship, if you want me to show you how I do these things beyond just O1C, there are other secrets I use to, to he says, can we have assignments to do? Don't worry, message, no, I'll reply to your message. I'll add it to my group. I'll add it to my group, definitely. I'll add it to my group. But if you want private mentorship, if you want me to show you something beyond just okay, this should be the last one I will do. Can you show the 3 candlestick confirmation? All right, this should be the last one I will do. This should be the last thing I will just do. So first of all, you must know the time frame where we get confirmation from. So after seeing your setup, your sweep, your first break of structure, second break of structure, structural liquidity, and price comes back there, what you now do is that you now will go to your 5 minutes from that your zone that you marked. You go to your 5 minutes time frame, look for a 5 minutes order block that have not been used. Use that, mark that 5 minutes order block and wait for price to go there. Once price gets there, what you look out for is 3 candlestick pattern. I don't know if you know about evening star, morning star. I mean, those are names, but just understand the concept behind it. So if you go to your 5 minutes time frame, let me just show you one confirmation so that you understand. So now for this trade now that I'm waiting for, is even almost getting to our entry. Remember, I said I showed you guys this setup. It's almost getting to the entry. Now, in this line I marked, I will look for 5 minutes order block in that region. Do you understand? although price it might not back. That's one of the things I hate about these things. It might not go all the way, but let me just show you from another example. Okay, this is a good one. All right. Just permit me to just show you from here, please. I can't really use that one that I'm currently on as an example. So this is another block, right? Very neat trade. I love this one. Very neat trade. How many of us can see what I'm saying? This is our structural liquidity just before that high, right? And this is protected. You might not see it that it's protected, but it's protected. These things are really tricky. And now, once price gets here, what am I looking for? 3 candlestick patterns. This first candle, second candle, third candle. This 3 like this is your confirmation. This is also confirmation. Opposite, this is confirmation. Do you understand? 3 candlestick pattern, the middle one being having the longest high or lowest low, depending on the setup. Do you understand? I hope you get that. If you still don't understand, maybe we can talk later about that. So thank you for joining. I really appreciate everyone. I'll be off class now. And if you want me to do any video about any topic at all, I can also still do that. So thank you. See you in the next live. Bye.